Hi everyone, welcome to our popular series of idioms and phrases that are commonly used in English. We believe any idiom is best learned through the context or the story in which they began. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss the stories, meanings and usage examples of the 10 idioms that you can see on your screen. Let's begin with our first idiom. A dime, a dozen. Well, dime is a very small part of currency which is equal to 10 cents. In today's world, you would probably not get anything for a dime. But this phrase is believed to have originated in the 1800s, where various foods such as eggs, oranges, peaches, etc. were being sold by the dozen for the price of a dime. Hence, the phrase a dime a dozen denotes something which is very commonly available and is of no particular value. An example sentence is, books relating to self-help or cooking tips etc. are available a dime a dozen in the market. Apple of discord. The word discord in English means disagreement between people. Now you would be wondering, how can an apple cause discord between people? So there is a very interesting story behind it. In classical mythology, a golden apple inscribed for the fairest was thrown into an assembly of the gods by the goddess of discord, who was known as Eris by the Greeks. This was because she was not invited in that assembly, and so she wanted to spoil the proceedings. In the assembly were three particular goddesses, Hera, Athena and Aphrodite, who each considered themselves the fairest and wanted to claim that apple. So the apple indeed ended up causing a big fight between them. The idiom an apple of discord therefore means a subject of contention and envy. For example, the family business was the apple of discord for the three sons. Here's to the property. As broad as it is long. This idiom takes the example of a square, which we know is as broad as it is long. So it's the same, whatever way you look at it. The expression is used when it is impossible to decide between two options because they are equal and choosing one over the other makes little difference. For example, since both the job offers that I have in hand are with reputable IT firms with the same job profile and almost the same salary, it is about as broad as it is long whether I take one or the other. Next is a bitter pill to swallow. The allusion in this phrase here is of course to the medicinal pills, which are often bitter and are difficult to swallow, and the expression is a metaphor for any unpleasant fact, disappointment or humiliation that is difficult to endure. Like sometimes it is said that truth is a bitter pill to swallow. Another example sentence for its usage is, for the famous tennis player who had had a winning streak so far, the unexpected defeat brought her to tears and was a bitter pill to swallow. To blow hot and cold is another commonly used idiom. Now this phrase has a very interesting origin. It comes from one of Aesop's fables about a man eating with a satay on a winter day. At first, the man blew on his hands to warm his chilled fingers and then blew on his hot soup to cool it. Looking at the man doing so, the satyr asked the man to leave at once because he did not want to entertain or be friends with someone who blew hot and cold out of the same mouth. The expression was repeated by many writers, most often signifying a person who changed his opinions quickly and hence could not be relied on. So to blow hot and cold means to be changeable or uncertain about something. For example, he keeps blowing hot and cold on the question of getting settled down in a metropolitan city. Bone of contention. Well, contention means a heated disagreement. This expression alludes to two dogs fighting over a single bone. So the phrase a bone of contention is used to refer to a subject or issue over which there is continuing disagreement. For instance, we have the following sentence. The Kashmir issue has long been a bone of contention between the two neighboring countries. Next idiom is a chip of the old block. Well, the block here refers to the block of wood, and the chips resulting from chipping away such a block would have the same characteristics as that of the wooden block. So figuratively, the phrase a chip of the old block refers to a son who behaves in the same way as his father or resembles his father. For example, Ram takes after his father and looks exactly like him, a real chip of the old block. Another idiom with the word chip is chip on one's shoulders. The phrase a chip on one's shoulder is reported as originating with the 19th century US practice of spoiling for a fight by carrying a chip of wood on one's shoulder, daring others to knock it off. So if someone has a chip on his or her shoulders, he or she seems angry all the time because they think they have been treated unfairly or feel they are not as good as other people. An example sentence is, having been fired by several employers, that man has a chip on his shoulders, which means he holds a grudge and is ready to fight on this issue. Cost an arm and a leg. If someone suffers the loss of an arm and a leg, it has cost him dearly. So to cost an arm and a leg means to cost a lot of money. For instance, this Omega watch cost me an arm and a leg. And the last idiom in this lesson is crocodile tears. This expression comes from the mistaken notion that a crocodile would weep to attract its prey's sympathy and would go on crying while eating it. Now this play is quite opposite to what tears generally mean. So the idiom crocodile tears means insincere tears. An example sentence would be, when the hockey player got injured and was down with a fractured foot, his substitute wept crocodile tears. That brings us to an end of this video. Hope you found the lesson useful. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe our channel for related content. Happy learning and take care. Bye-bye.